I don't like the term print broking because that smacks to me as being purely financial. So a customer comes along, they've got a job, and they'll pay £100 for it. The broker will then go out to the market and find the cheapest person to do that job, and then we'll pocket the balance. That's not how I work. I've built up over the last 15 years a group of suppliers who I work very closely with, who I can trust implicitly. And I know at 4:30 on a Friday afternoon, the answer is always going to be yes. So I can bail people out, I can get through problems. I know how they're going to deliver. Very, very simple. Somewhat disturbing. All print ends up in the dustbin. It's very sad. I feel passionate about print, and it's sad to see it in the dustbin. And there's lots of reasons why it ends up in the dustbin. Basically because your customers, or your prospective customers, are not connecting with your print. Now, you've spent money on this, and print is a very good way, going back 400 or 500 years, it's a very good way of getting information to people. Internet's got its place, all credit for it. But print still has a very strong place in getting information to people. So your print has to connect with the receiver. And we will help you to do that. Now, the design is not down to me. Design with the designers. So they can look at it on screen, and it can look absolutely great. But the transition from screen to print can be a disaster. And I'll take an extreme case that you'll all know. Stuff you get through the letterbox. Pizzas, Indian restaurants. Somebody spent time designing that. Somebody spent time writing it, putting all the content together. And you get it through the post, or in your post box, and you pick it up, and the first thing you do is feel it. And it feels wrong. Where does it end up? In the bin. That's a wasted piece of print. And it annoys me. So that's where I come from. It's yes, give me the business. But it's only worthwhile if it's going to do the job for you. I can't influence the design. But I can influence how people read it. And you read it with your fingertips. On my business card, if you can see it against there, do you see the round corners? It's amazing the number of people. It's a very simple business card. Just tells you who I am, what it does. People stand there talking to me, and they're doing that. And it's just a little connection. Now that can go for something like this. It can go for a full brochure. Just to give you a little example. I was with the designers a while ago, and it wasn't a job that I was being asked to quote on, somewhat annoyingly. But they were designing this job, and it was for a denim clothing company. And I knew a paper that would have the right feel. And so I went in the next time, and I said, is this the sort of thing you want for this job? And the guy looked at me and went, oh my God, it's absolutely got me the job. No one else quoted on the job. I know I've got to be quick about this, but I'm just going to put this in your minds. When printing, we have a responsibility towards the environment. It's becoming such a huge issue. It's actually very easily done. There's lots of mumbo-jumbo out there. It's actually very simple, and it's very clear advice. The main thing is you're not going to compromise the quality of your materials by going on recycled papers. They are as white and as clean and as smooth-surfaced as the non-recycled stuff. But even the non-recycled stuff these days now, the certification that goes on it, it's called FFC, Forestry Stewardship Commission certification. The standards are very high. But we can advise you on that. Choice of processes. One of the key things, soya inks. They're vegetable inks. They're just as strong in colour. They print just as well. And for anybody who knows anything technical about print, one of the things I do a lot of is waterless litho. Litho uses an awful lot of water. There are processes of not using any water. So the effluent side of it is very, very low. And recycle your waste. Don't just put it in your dustbin. Do your bins. I had a job the other day which I was printing for Sunderland Council. We had just over 10 tonnes of it. Got a phone call from the client who somewhat alarmingly said to me, you're going to have to reprint it. Oh, what have I done wrong? Thinking, no, I haven't done anything wrong with it. No, we've missed something off. So the whole lot had to be reprinted. So one thing I said to the council was, fine, I will get that job picked up, I'll get it recycled, I'll have the certification done for it, and it actually went to a company in Gateshead, and they make, from recycled paper, the tissues that you have as a napkin in front of you in restaurants. So, I'm John Watmough of Watmoughs Print. If anybody's interested, I have brought with me in my briefcase lots of some of the more challenging stuff that we've cut with lasers, nice three-dimensional things. If you want to have a look at it afterwards, then please do, because it just fires up the imagination of what can be done. Thank you very much for the opportunity.